So, God bless you. Thank you for joining me. So, I want to talk about due diligence here for a moment in our time together. I think it's worth mentioning. So, there are a lot of videos online, and it doesn't really matter what the topic is. There are a lot of people who just take videos from other people and they play that. So, let's say you wanted to learn how to change oil on your 2015 Corolla. There are a lot of people who will just take a video that somebody else made and say, oh, here's how you change the oil on a 2015 Corolla, which in that instance, it's probably going to be accurate because it's something tangible that you can see. So we see a lot of that, other people showing videos from other people. My concern is when we see this done for biblical things. And I know that you've seen this. There's a lot of ministries who support other ministries and say, oh, yeah, this pastor is really, really great. And they give them a platform and they play their videos on their channel. And then it turns out that there's some sort of scandal because there always seems to be, right? So my concern is if we are sharing the video of X pastor and we're sharing that on a channel, and then the people following the channel believe that X pastor really knows what he's talking about because it was shared by a channel that you watch. So I don't do that because I have been lied to, and I will not share something from, well, first off, I just don't. It's all me, not because I think that I'm so all that. It's just that I'm not going to give a platform to something that I cannot support scripturally because I don't want to be responsible for that. And I think that there's not enough people who are considering that because as we see happening in the word, right? There's this pastor and he's got all these other pastors coming, and then this pastor writes a book, and then they have this book in the for sale at the church from this other pastor, and then the pastor comes to speak, and then the other pastor writes a book, and then they do the same thing. Hey, I sold your book in my congregation, you can sell my book. And there's just this big circle, and all these pastors support each other, and maybe if they shepherd the sheep a little bit more, and because they're just all supporting each other, so and so supports it, you think, well, it's probably right. I mean, this pastor's supporting it and I really like him. And then there's just a huge blow up, and there are things that aren't biblical, and people fall away, and you find out about all these other things that are going on. I think we need to have more integrity for the word. That doesn't mean that you don't listen to a pastor. What it means is that we're not sharing things on a platform that you yourself haven't vetted to the best of your ability. So I'm not going to share something that I can't support scripturally. I want to do my own research and have due diligence because I think God's word commands that we read it and that we look for ourselves and that we talk about it and that we discuss it and see what does God say, because we have to be a good Berean. So in Acts 17, it says this, beginning in verse 10. Then the brethren immediately sent Paul and Silas away by night to Berea. When they arrived, they went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were far more fair-minded than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness and searched the scriptures daily to find out whether these things were so. So the Thessalonians, they're like just taking everybody's word for it, and that's probably a problem. We should be concerned with doing our due diligence. And just because somebody else is supporting it, it doesn't make it wrong, but it may not make it right either. And we need to have some ownership in those things that we're supporting. And I just felt it was important to speak about in our time together. Armor up, we ride at dawn. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.